Good evening, everyone. This is Melissa Thomas of Florida National News coming to you with the evening news rundown for your Monday, August 31st, 2020. Happy last day of August. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. It is always a pleasure to bring you guys the latest headlines. And as usual, we like to offer any business owners, organizations, nonprofits, entrepreneurs, anyone looking to advertise to shoot us an email at ads@floridanationalnews.com to get started with us. We'd love to have that conversation with you and get started with you. Or if you're looking to sponsor one of our segments, we do have 5 different shows to choose from. Now, as always, guys, we like to get our evening news rundown started with the latest COVID-19 reports globally here in the United States and in the state of Florida. So globally, the World Health Organization is reporting over 25 million confirmed cases total worldwide, with over 844 confirmed deaths. Here in the United States, Johns Hopkins University is reporting now over 6 million confirmed cases and over 183,000 confirmed deaths. Here in the state of Florida, the Department of Health is reporting over 623,000 confirmed cases and over 11,000 confirmed deaths now. Now, jumping into our world story, India is now reporting the highest number of new cases in a 24-hour span as of Sunday. India was reporting, hold on a second, guys. Want to give you guys the most detailed information. Want to make sure you guys get all of that. Now, India is reporting over 78,700 new cases. That is the highest single day total worldwide. The new total gives the country more than 3.5 million new cases. Now, they've reported more than 75,000 new infections over the last 4 days in a row, which is the fastest growing daily caseload for any country. Now, the country has dramatically increased testing. That's the positive side of the news, conducting nearly 1 million tests per day. A few months ago, India was only conducting 200,000 tests per day. It credited to a policy of, quote, testing aggressively, tracking comprehensively, and treating efficiently in hospitals and monitored quarantines. Now, the nation has reported approximately 1,000 deaths per day, with more than 63,000 deaths per day, 63,000 deaths total thus far. The country is now approaching the third highest death toll worldwide after the US and Brazil. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has pushed for normal life to resume in the nation. India's federal government announced the New Delhi subway will begin the reopening process as of September 7th this year. And that's despite the fact that schools, universities, and movie theaters still remaining closed until the end of September. Now, 8 of India's states have been particularly hard hit by the pandemic, comprising nearly 73% of the nation's total infections. The newest surge has been predominantly driven by the state of Maharashtra. Maharashtra, want to make sure to pronounce that correctly, which is the western state where Mumbai is located. More than 24,000 deaths, and about 1 in 5 of all cases are originating from that particular state. So very interesting. Now, jumping into our US story, the CDC released a new report as of last week, stating that 94% of all COVID-19 deaths in the US had contributing conditions, meaning only 6% of the COVID-19 deaths in the United States were exclusively caused by the COVID-19 virus. So the CDC was saying that there were health conditions and contributing causes that led to the 94%, which they said there were 2.6, very specific, 2.6 additional conditions or causes per death for the 94% that have passed away due to COVID-19. The CDC explains that their data uses provisional death counts to, quote, deliver the most complete and accurate picture of lives lost due to COVID-19. And the CDC says that the provisional death counts may not match counts from other sources, such as numbers from county health departments, because death certificates take time to be completed. States report at different rates, and it takes officials extra time to code COVID-19 deaths. And because other reporting systems use different definitions or methods for counting the deaths. CDC added that the provisional data is not yet complete. Provisional counts are not final and are subject to change, and that the death counts should not be compared across all states. So very interesting bit of information there. And we've been given that, especially with folks who have existing respiratory conditions, and that COVID-19 is a respiratory disease. But jumping here to the state of Florida, numbers are still continuing to go down. So far, Florida is seeing the lowest increase in virus-related deaths since June. So we still have a high number. You guys heard the numbers that I reported a little bit earlier, but at least now the rate is starting to decrease for the state of Florida since the month of June. So that's a bit of good news for the state of Florida. Florida reported more than 2,500 new COVID-19 cases and another 14 virus-related deaths as of Sunday, while positivity rates throughout the state continue to show signs of stability. They're showing signs of leveling off. The 2,583, to be specific, new COVID-19 cases pushed the state's total as of Sunday to 621,586, according to the Department of Health. Virus-related deaths among Florida residents rose to 11,119, which is the smallest increase the state has seen since June, while non-resident deaths are at 144. Now, many of the deaths reported by the state happened days or weeks earlier, as it takes time to confirm the causes of death. You guys heard me just mention that in regards to what the CDC was reporting as well. Now, positivity rates have remained stable with 7.3% rate for all cases reported on Sunday and a rate of 5.14% for new cases. The new case rate has been below 10% for more than 2 weeks in a row. So Florida is on a better trajectory and is now coming a little closer to the World Health Organization's baseline of 5% over the course of 14 days in a row. So that's a bit of good news for the state of Florida. In the meantime, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we're going to come back with some more stories. Stay tuned.
At Duke Energy, we deliver electricity and so much more, like free home energy assessments, rebates for energy-saving improvements, payment options to help you better manage your budget, and even bill credits for helping the community use less energy. So no matter what you're doing, we can help you make better energy choices every day. It's just another way we bring power to your life. How much can you save?
All right, guys, welcome back to the Evening News Rundown. Jumping into your next U.S. story, the White House, according to the White House, President Trump still plans to visit Kenosha, Wisconsin, despite the governor there, Tony Evers, asking and urging the president to reconsider. President Trump is still choosing to take the trip. He said that he is going to go ahead and do that. Quote, the White House has been humbled by the outreach of individuals from Kenosha who have welcomed the president's visit and are longing for leadership to support local law enforcement and businesses that have been vandalized. This is what White House Press Secretary Judd Deere said in a statement as of Sunday night. President Trump looks forward to visiting on Tuesday and helping this great city heal and rebuild. Now, that statement came hours after Governor Evers wrote a letter to Trump outlining his concern about what the president's presence will mean for Kenosha and the state. Evers wrote, quote, I am concerned your presence will only hinder our healing. I'm concerned your presence will only delay our work to overcome division and move forward together. He continued saying, it is our job as elected officials to lead by example and to be a calming presence for the people we know are hurting, mourning, and trying to cope with trauma. Now is not the time for divisiveness. The White House had announced on Saturday that Trump would travel to Kenosha to meet with law enforcement and to survey some of the damage from the recent protests. Of course, Kenosha, if in case you haven't heard, Kenosha is the site of the police-related shooting of a white police officer shooting Jacob Blake in the back 7 times, of course, as he was heading back to his car. And unfortunately, he was shot in front of his children. Obviously, ongoing case. But leave us your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what your thoughts are on the incident, on the protests, and what your thoughts are on what the president could do, should do in terms of visiting Kenosha, or what do you feel his next step should be? What do you feel Wisconsin's next step should be? What do you think the nation's next step should be? We always love to hear from you guys. We always love to carry on that conversation with you. Now, jumping here to the state of Florida, you guys heard us report last week that Governor Ron DeSantis had applied for additional lost wages assistance from the federal government to help the state of Florida. So the update here is that FEMA has approved Florida's application. So, congratulations to the state of Florida and Governor Ron DeSantis for that. FEMA agency administrator Pete Gaynor has approved Governor Ron DeSantis' application. So they will boost the benefits of another $300 per week for folks who have been dealing with unemployment backdated to August 1st. So for folks whose benefits ran out on August 1st or after August 1st, they're eligible for this additional $300 per week. The grant funding will, quote, allow Florida to provide $300 per week on top of their regular unemployment benefit to those unemployed due to COVID-19. Now, given that application has been approved, once the benefits begin dispersing, it will be backdated to August 1st. The Lost Wages Assistance Program, as I mentioned before, was created by the executive order that was signed on President Donald Trump as of August 8th. And of course, the executive order was one of 4 that President Trump signed all those weeks ago while we were in waiting for Congress and the Senate to kind of come to an agreement for that next stimulus bill, which, as we can see, the plot thickens on that. They still haven't reached an agreement on that yet. But in the meantime, guys, stay tuned. We're going to take another quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with your business and sports stories. Stay tuned.
All this time we fought side by side. We trained together. We lost together. And now, you're the only one standing in my way.
Welcome back to the Evening News Rundown, everybody. Now, your business story, the UAE has finally officially ended the Israel boycott amid the U.S. brokered deal. You guys heard us talk to you guys several weeks ago about President Trump kind of helping and his administration helping to broker the deal between the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, and Israel. So now the ruler of the UAE has issued a decree Saturday formally ending the country's boycott of Israel amid a U.S. brokered deal to normalize relations between the two countries. So the announcement now allows trade and commerce between the UAE, which is home to the oil-rich Abu Dhabi, and skyscraper-studded Dubai, and Israel, which is home to a thriving diamond trade, pharmaceutical companies, and tech startups. Now, the announcement also cements the August 13th deal, which opens up relations between the two nations, which required Israel to halt its plan to annex the occupied West Bank land sought by the Palestinians. Now, the new decree allows Israelis and Israeli firms to do business in the UAE, a federation which has 7 sheikdoms on the Arabian Peninsula. It also allows for the purchase and trade of Israeli goods. So already some Israeli firms had signed deals with Emirati counterparts, but the repeal of the law now widens the likelihood of other joint ventures, such as in aviation or in banking and finance. Now, Emirati firms likely also want to access Israeli technological expertise. So some have already had, even before the deal, with cybersecurity firm Dark Matter reportedly hiring Israeli military-trained hackers. Very interesting. Opening ties may also help the Emirates access advanced American weaponry, like the F-35 fighter jet that right now only Israel flies in the Mideast. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated on that because that is very important information. Now, jumping into your sports story very briefly, unfortunately, Tiger Woods is not quite going to make it to the championship. He finished out the BMW championship match at 11 over par, so that's a bit unfortunate for him. So he won't make the PGA Tour championship. It ended with him struggling in the back 9 at Olympia Fields. He wrapped up that final round of the BMW, shooting a 1 over 70 on Sunday to finish the tournament at 11 over par and a tie for 51st place. So, that's a bit of unfortunate news for Mr. Woods. We know he is still the GOAT in his own way, but for right now, he won't be able to go on to the championship where that's concerned. We'll continue to keep you guys updated there too. However, we're going to take one final commercial break, and we're going to come back with your entertainment story, a bit of a somber note, and you guys probably know why, but we will be right back. Stay tuned.
I'm not picking it up. You pick it up.
I'm not picking it up.
Well, somebody's got to pick it up.
I'll pick it up. They're clean. 'Cause my hand is clean. Oh yeah, I'm Charmin Clean. That's how I know they're clean.
Charmin Ultra Strong is woven like a washcloth and just cleans better.
Yeah, I'm Charmin
The
Clean.
kid does have a
That's
point.
My hiney's clean. Yeah.
Enjoy the go with Charmin. And for an extra clean finish, try Charmin Flushable Wipes.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Evening News Rundown as we wrap up with the entertainment story. The now late, great Chadwick Boseman now actually tops former President Barack Obama for the most liked tweet of all time. Of course, the tweet in question is the tweet announcing the great actor's passing. This, of course, says, quote, it is with immeasurable grief that we confirm the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016 and battled with it these last 4 years as it progressed to stage 4. A true fighter, Chadwick persevered through it all and brought you many of the films you have come to love so much. And of course, this is Chadwick Boseman, who has played iconic characters, including the one and only Black Panther. He made history with Black Panther as the first Black superhero, not the first Black comic character, but the first Black comic superhero that came to the screen through the MCU, the Marvel Comic Universe. So, of course, he leaves a massive legacy. He has played James Brown in Get On Up. He played the legendary Jackie Robinson in 42, and that was the film that put him on the map. And he has now passed President Obama in terms of the world's most liked tweet of all time with the announcement of his passing. President Obama's tweet back in 2017 had included a quote by Nelson Mandela. That is now the next closest favorite tweet of all time. The words in the image have been linked to has been liked more than 4.3 million times. That's Obama's. As of Chadwick Boseman's, the tweet announcing his passing has 5.7 million likes. So, a bit of a positive in light of our loss of such an iconic actor and given everything that Chadwick Boseman stood for. So obviously you guys likely heard the news as we did. We heard it late Friday night. So a bit of unfortunate deal with his passing, but rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, and our love and respect and condolences to his family in light of his passing. But that will do it here for us at the Evening News Rundown, guys. As always, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. If you haven't already, you'll find us at Florida National News on Facebook and on YouTube, as well as Instagram. And when you're on YouTube, be sure to also click the little bell icon so you get all of our notifications for all of our shows. And a quick reminder for anyone interested in advertising, just shoot us an email at ads@floridanationalnews.com for more information, or if you want to sponsor one of our shows, we'd love to have that conversation and get started with you. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday afternoon. Take care.